Hey, quick video here before the Canadian Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton, porpoising and pushing P. CF Auto Racing News. So Lewis Hamilton has not had a regular year with Mercedes this year. He's been experiencing some problems with performance not being capable of beating the Red Bull Ferrari teams at the moment. Meanwhile, his teammate George Russell has been outpacing him at every race this year except for the first race in Bahrain. Hamilton's best showing was third in Bahrain, the first race of the season. Meanwhile, George Russell has had 3 third-place podium finishes this year. Another issue that has come to light is Hamilton's car is called porpoising. So I actually showing here a porpoise in the sea, which is a sea animal, and it kind of bounces up and down, which is why they kind of labeled it porpoising. Actually, in Azerbaijan, you could hear his car bouncing off the tarmac up and down. So they labeled it. Kind of looks like also a seal to me, a seal movement. He was experiencing back issues like the guy in the surfboard there. So this has been affecting Mercedes more so than all the other cars, and he's been experiencing back pain, and we don't want him to have any injuries after racing. So, we hope this gets worked out. So the porpoising is still continuing, and it's affecting not only his performance, also his health. So people have been asking, what is this and what can be done? Because other teams are not experiencing this. I don't see this happening to Ferrari or McLaren or the AlphaTauri cars, but it seems to be happening to the Mercedes. So this is something that you don't usually see on Formula One cars bouncing up and down and hearing the skid floors hit the tarmac like that. So it's unusual. So what it actually is porpoising is an aerodynamic phenomenon that Formula One cars have started to suffer since the adoption of the so-called ground effect philosophy, where the air is sucked underneath the car to pull it down onto the track at high speed rather than over the top of the car to push it down. So what also this trouble is, the faster you go, the further the car wants to be sucked to the floor, and it gets too close, it causes the airflow to stop or stall, meaning the downforce created suddenly drops off a cliff. At this point, the car springs upwards. So this causes the up and down motion, and Nicholas Tobias, FIA single seat director, said teams could run an additional second floor stay in the front of the current one that is allowed to help bolster stiffness further forward. This is before the Montreal race, he said this. Furthermore, teams could be allowed to run some additional thickness on top of the floor surfaces that may not comply with the curvature or volume rules. So he said this on Friday before practice. So you can see here they kind of are allowing them to add another part to the floor. In the second picture here coming up, you can see it was circled here where they've kind of did the adjustment to the floor. So this might add a little bit of stability to his car. What Hamilton actually also said, I have not spoken to a specialist on the spinal disc, but I can feel mine, he said. I am a little bit shorter this week and my discs are not in the best shape right now. That's not good for longevity. There is no need for us to have long-term injuries. There is a lot more bruising in the body after the race nowadays. It is taking more of the week to recover and a lot more to do it. I don't think that it has to do with age. It is because the bruising can be quite severe. So he actually said this on Friday before practice in Montreal. So he was experiencing quite a few back pain after the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And it's not only this that's causing his issues, the Mercedes W13 porpoising, but it's also the performance, which has truly hurt his season. The car is partially to blame. The Merc W13 cannot compete against the Red Bull and the speed of the Ferrari. Rarely in the qualifying sessions has the Mercedes outdid the Red Bull or the Ferrari. So the Constructors' Championship is turning into a 2-horse race, and Mercedes is not one of the horses. Mercedes boss Toto Wolff said, both Hamilton and George are running on 2 different setups, with Hamilton's being experimental. Toto stated that, I think as long as the car is not good enough to be really racing in front, the differences are small and I don't think you can have a pattern saying. So it could be the car because Lewis' driving has been never in question. 15-year career, 7 world driving titles. Can Mercedes stop the porpoising? Will Lewis be on the podium this year, or will he be regulated to just top 10 finishes this year? Time will tell. This has not been great for his year, and we shall see if he's able to bounce back. So leave a comment and tell me what you think. Tell me, do you think Lewis will bounce back? Do you think Mercedes will stop the porpoising? What do you think will happen? let me know. Well, this is a short video, and also this week there will be videos on the Canadian Grand Prix. I'll be doing probably a preview and also a race review once the race is done. MotoGP videos will also be to follow. There's a MotoGP race from Germany tomorrow. More videos to come from Checkered Flag Auto Racing News, and we're here to stay. We're going to be doing 2 to 3 videos a week, or maybe more. So please check out our videos, like and subscribe. REDBET signing off.